So what I would love to get your thoughts on as we leave off, we've just gone through a pandemic and we're hopefully coming up on the other side of it. What are some positives or lessons that we've learned from COVID that we can take away and apply to other aspects of healthcare, such as chronic disease management?
This one really is the game changer. It will be shame if we continue when COVID is over, we just say, oh, we are over, back to normal life as usual. In my opinion, we must bring the change. And what are some of the specific changes? Certainly, based on our work comes out in chronic diseases. First one we touched a little bit already, and that is we need to create empowerment of the individual. That is the self-management we talked about, the individual feels I want to be healthy. And so that's one. The second is we need to have especially because we have a public healthcare system, so it has to be in public domain. A community facility, community organizations which bring the community together in that care. COVID kind of showed that when something hits you about which you know very little, then you have to take care. So the 5 P's of prevention, promotion, the prayers, the philanthropy, and protection, same thing applies here. But for me, the biggest lesson of COVID is when COVID hit, people didn't know what hit them. But what came out was that people were being affected differently than others. And that has opened the whole Pandora of individuality and what we call precision medicine. So we have to treat each one as an individual. I mean, you have heard about cultural sensitivity and that angle, but even biochemically, each one is different. And we need to make a point how to treat individual rather than collective. So in chronic diseases, like in kidney disease especially, this is very important. What are the reference values? Which reference value against which you will judge this person, whether they're normal or abnormal? Up till now, they were based on a global sense. We don't differentiate on the basis of culture. Now, the diversity, the ethnic and geographical diversity makes a huge difference how your body reacts. This post-COVID, this is a great opportunity that we need to bring the cultural relevance, cultural safety, cultural effectiveness, cultural efficiency. Those are like behavior terms. The other thing I think we're going to see out of COVID is more participation by the individual in their care. And technology is moving in that direction. So people have, who would have thought that Apple Watch will be called a medical device? And we call it a medical device. It has already blood pressure and oxygen saturation and pulse rate. And I'm confident day is not that far, it will have a proper blood pressure. It has their blood pressure. So just imagine what that will do. And then if we add some biomarkers to it, it will the game change. People will be monitoring their own glucose and only God knows what, right after that. And once they have that information, we need to be prepared to use it properly. That means it will require connectivity. So all that information has to be available in time to healthcare providers, and you will have to develop a new system where that comes. So what's called virtual care or digital care, that will be another area worth watching.
That's a very good point. The digital care, we are moving into that, both with the virtual care and then with the digital care, because you're right, knowledge is power. We're tracking all these numbers. Where are they going? And your physician needs that. So I think that is going to be a space for us to watch moving forward, and make sure these tools are used to the best of their capacity to support us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Garg. Everyone, stay tuned. After this commercial break, we'll be right back.